Welcome back to Amazing Australia. Today I'm excited to take you on a virtual tour of one of the most amazing natural wonders in Australia, the Fairy Cave in Buchan, Victoria. It is 358 kilometers, or 4 hours and 25 minutes drive, from Melbourne CBD. Come along and learn why it's called the Fairy Cave. As we enter the cave, you'll immediately notice the cool and damp air. Our guide directed us towards an entrance that featured a spiral staircase leading to different chambers with stunning rock formations. The Fairy Cave is a breathtaking limestone cave located in the heart of Buchan. The cave was discovered by Frank Moon and James McFadyen in 1907, who were both cave enthusiasts and explorers. It has since become a popular tourist destination, drawing visitors from all over the world. However, it's worth noting that the cave was already known to the local Gunakurni people for thousands of years before its formal discovery by European settlers. Tours are available every day, except Christmas Day. You have to book online prior to arrival, and although online purchases close at midnight for the following day, it is better to book at least 1 week in advance to secure your tickets. On arrival at Buchan Caves, you will need to check in at the visitor center at least 30 minutes prior to a booked tour. To collect cave tour tickets and receive further directions prior to the tour commencement. The single cave tour is priced at $24.20 for adults, $14.20 for children, and $66.80 for a family of 4. Please note that tour bookings are typically released 4 to 6 weeks before each school holiday period. You have the option to book a combined tour which includes both the Royal Cave and the Fairy Cave, for $36.20. For further details and to find out about the tour dates and availability, please refer to the link below. The Fairy Cave boasts intricate formations of stalactites and stalagmites, with ornate passageways and stunning embellishments that run throughout the cave. Keep in mind, the Fairy Cave is considered to be the more challenging of the 2 show caves in Buchan, but the reward of witnessing such natural splendor is absolutely worth the journey. You'll be left in awe as you behold the beauty of the Ivory Palace, King's Chamber, and Blackwood Chamber.
On your left as you came in, you saw a big long pool. That's called a rim pool. There's more of those up ahead as well. They're just pools of water, and when they overflow, they leave the calcite behind on the edge. Now this cave, as you know, is called the Fairy Cave. It's called the Fairy Cave because it's full of fairy dust. Fairy dust is the glittering substance you see all over the rocks. That's calcite that is solidified into the shape of a diamond. So thousands of tiny little diamonds are making those sparkles, and you'll see them all over the formations throughout the rest of the cave. And that's the kind of thing where if we touch the formations, it turns them dull. So we want to keep them sparkly. Now this chamber is called the King's Chamber, and I want you to remember this chamber because we're going to stop here again on the way out. So this is the chamber with all the fairy dust.
Within Fairy Cave, the King's Chamber stands as the grandest adorned chamber. Another fascinating feature of the King's Chamber is the crystal altar, which is filled with sparkling crystals and shimmering stalactites and stalagmites, called the fairy dusts. It holds special significance as it hosted the wedding ceremony of Fairy Moon, the daughter of Frank, who named her after the cave, and Frank Hansford on April 14, 1930. Another highlight of the Fairy Cave is the unique lighting, which has been designed to enhance the magical atmosphere of the cave. As we move through the cave, the lighting changes to highlight different features and create a sense of wonder and enchantment.
It was full of corals and shells and sea creatures, and when they died, they settled to the ocean floor, and over millions of years they turned into limestone. And everything you see around you right now is made of limestone. So the ground rose, the sea drained away, the The limestone was left behind, and then the stream came through and cleared this big passage. And then the land rose again, the water table dropped. This was all out in the open air, and then water dripping through from the rain carries the formations, carries the calcite and builds the formations. And limestone in its purest form is pure white, like some of the ones you saw back there. These ones are a little bit tinted because they have iron dissolved in them. And other minerals dissolving in the limestone causes other colours to form. Now we have some evidence of the sea that used to be here in the form of some fossils. So we have a fossilised shrimp, some sort of keeled shrimp here, and another one up here, right there, and then one there. So we have similar looking creatures today, so we know a little bit like what they would have looked. You see that? That's a shrimp that lived here 400 million years ago. And he died, and all these other shrimp died, and some of them turned to limestone, and some of them were fossilised in the rock. So that is a very, very old creature that was living when nothing else on the land was alive.
The intricate cave decorations originate from rainwater seeping through minuscule cracks in limestone rock. As the water enters the cave, it accumulates in droplets on the ceiling. During this process, carbon dioxide gas is released from the droplets, leaving behind a ring of calcite. Over thousands of years, this drip-by-drip progression gradually forms stalactites. In more rapidly growing periods, water splashes onto the floor, giving rise to stalagmites. Sometimes, stalactites and stalagmites meet, resulting in the formation of pillars or columns. Along the way there are a series of tall, thin columns that resemble a giant pipe organ. The columns were formed over thousands of years by the slow drip of water and the accumulation of minerals. When water flows down the cave walls or roof at a gentle angle, it creates beautiful blanket-like or shawl-like decorations. Additionally, the presence of large flowstone formations resembling cascading waterfalls is caused by water flowing over ledges of rock or gravel banks. As we near the end of the cave, you'll see some of the most delicate and intricate formations yet. These formations have been slowly formed over thousands of years and are truly a sight to behold. And that brings us to the end of our virtual tour of the Fairy Cave in Buchan, Victoria. I hope you enjoyed this glimpse into one of the most magical and beautiful natural wonders in Australia. If you ever get the chance to visit the Fairy Cave in person, I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more awesome and informative videos.